Kind of look like Fred Douglas right now with this hair. Just took my braids down, y'all. So I just took my braids down. Anyway, I got make a comment in George Zimmerman. I'm seeing more videotape of. I know y'all love see his ripped shirt. He's just an old shirt that I use sometimes, but I don't can't find a real t-shirt wear. So I just, will throw the trash back. But there's a problem with George Zimmerman, and George Zimmerman is now talking about that it was God's plan to kill Trayvon. And I have a problem with this. I'm not the perfect Catholic Christian in the world, and he is too. I mean, he's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? He's the faith. He's not Jewish by faith. I could tell people start calling him a Jew, and he's not. He may have roots Jewish in his German background. I mean, what German doesn't? Even Hitler had Jewish roots, and also black roots too. But point is, he's not that faith. He's Catholic Christian like I am. So don't come to me in the anti-Catholicism. I'm an ex-Protestant, so I know this. Don't come on my channel with that. I will block you and I will confront you. Will put you into trouble with YouTube. But this is not our faith, and another purpose I know is to kill a person, intentionally kill a person. That was wrong. That was blasphemy on his part. Um, you know, the difference is if Trayvon was trying to kill him or beat him up to death, that's a different story. But Zimmerman stalked this guy. Okay, Zimmerman stalked Trayvon. He went against authorities. Authorities told him not to go talk to Trayvon, not to communicate, and that's what any crime, any law enforcement would tell you. If you see a criminal, do not apprehend him, okay, or her. Do not confront him. Let the authorities take care of that. That's their job. And Zimmerman was never a cop. So he should know that you should never have killed anybody, intentionally kill somebody. The only time you use that type of force and defend yourself, that's a different story. But you to go out there to harass, stalk a teenager, and to kill him because he was of color, well, you are too. But just saying, that makes it. And you want to blame, yeah, I will admit, he is correct about how the media portray him because his last name is Zimmerman, and it's a German name, maybe Jewish, German, whatever you want to say. But Zimmerman was portrayed as his racist white man. Okay, I do believe he was a Porcho. I do believe he's a white racist, a mixed part Hispanic, part white racist. I do believe that. Okay, but the media did drag it because they forgot this man was Hispanic. Okay, then they call him a white Hispanic. Okay, which he is part white and part Hispanic. He's not pure white. Get that straight. He's not pure white. And so, but the media did play a role in this because it was confusing everybody. Okay, what is he? Many people thought he was Mexican. And once again, I tell people, especially here down here, I'm from Texas, stop thinking every Latino is a Mexican. Okay, I'm getting very tired of hearing about that. Not every Latino is a Mexican. We have Puerto Ricans, we have Cubans, we have Dominicans, we have Salvadorians, especially down here. We have the second largest Hispanic group is Salvadorian here in Houston. And I think the same thing in California too. But anyway, Salvadorians. Guatemalans, Panamanians, Belizean. We have who else? Colombians, Venezuelan. You know, one of the biggest pop singer in the world, Mariah Carey, is part Venezuelan. Okay. Besides African American and Irish, you have you know, Venezuelans. You have especially Bernard Vega, who made fun of Michelle Obama. Okay. We have Colombians like Shakira. Okay, we have um, people from Chile, Argentina. Remember, Madonna played an Argentine woman named Eva Perón Evita. Don't cry for the Argentina. Was yeah, okay. Even though Madonna's not Hispanic, but she played that role. Okay, so you have a lot of Chileans, Uruguay. You have Ecuadorians. Christina Aguilera, Genie in the bottle. She's part Ecuadorian. Okay, even if you watch the real. Okay, besides her being Puerto Rican, it's Adrian Balian, excuse me, Adrian Balian is part Ecuadorian and Puerto Rican. Remember Rico Suave. No, Gerardo is Gerardo. What they call Gerardo? Yeah, Gerardo. Not Gerardo Barry. I know he's part Puerto Rican, part Jewish. Not him. I'm talking about the rapper Gerardo, who's in Rico Ave Suave. Back in 1991, he had mariachis hanging around there because he was living in L.A. and he's not Mexican. He's Ecuadorian. Okay, and now he's a pastor, a preacher. Now he's a Protestant pastor now, evangelical now. Okay, so yeah, you have that. You have a lot of Hispanics who are not just Mexican, Puerto Rican, and Cuban. Okay, so I want y'all to understand, educate yourself. Stop thinking that Zimmerman is Mexican. And one thing, some dumb cooling brother made a racist, anti-Hispanic video calling George Zimmerman a Mexican, and he's from New York. I'm like, there's other Puerto Ricans out there, Dominicans in the third. Okay, what I found out through my research, Mexicans in New York are the third Latino group in New York. The second is Dominicans, and Puerto Ricans are the first. We already know that. Every time you think of New York, you think of Latinos, Hispanic, you think of Puerto Ricans. Like, for example, Jennifer Lopez, okay, Mark Anthony. But I read that because a lot of Mexican immigrants been coming to New York. I will make this video but a little short about this, but I'm very upset that the black folks, not all, some of them, African American people have been racist towards those Mexicans. First off, I'm not saying every Hispanic look alike, but some Hispanics, for example, if you brought some Puerto Ricans here, people think they're Mexican. Okay? I know Puerto Ricans don't look like Mexicans don't look like either. You have Afro Mexicanos down there. Some of them people in New York too. I mean, even Mexicans, me and them, I'm okay. I can hate me on it. Say this will be a minimal Afro Mestizo if you don't look black. I mean, George Lopez just was shocked when Mariah Carey read his DNA test, and I wasn't shocked because I read about Mexico being mixed with Afro Mestizo mixture. They keep that, like Joseph Perez was talking about Latinos, not only Mexicans, other Latinos keep that a secret, okay? I already knew that. By me being a multiracial man, being African American with European American ancestry, I read about multiracial issues and histories and stuff. And one of the biggest things I talk about is discussing in the African American community and Hispanic community because that's the communities that I know. I mean, I'm not Hispanic, but being around Hispanics and being an African person in the African American community, those type of issues about multiracialism, about interracialism, mixing and everything, that comes into my hand because of being around people and read about their history, even though they don't know I'm not knowing things about them that they don't want me to know about. Okay? So, and so I read about this type of issues. That's why I say Latinos, African American people, African American community, and Hispanic community are not that different when it comes to genetics. When it comes to culture, yes, but genetics, no. We're not that different. So, point is that of course those Mexicans and Latinos could be Afro mestizo. They might look more native, more Spanish, don't look too much black. Sometimes they have big noses like mine, big lips like me. It's but curly hair. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know. Especially when I was in the job, cause a lot of them sisters, well, they can come behind call them sisters. Now the Latina girl was flat on their hair. Your sister was high combing their hair. You know what I'm saying? Flat on their hair. So So the point is, that's what I'm saying. That instead of trying to make a black and brown alliance with these Latino immigrants who happen to be Mexican in New York, they're over here fighting and killing. I was upset about that, just like I was upset about the one Latinos group gangs killing my people. You have my people. I mean, it's sad. You understand? The West Coast, it's just completely sad. And I was upset about that. You know what I'm saying? And one thing, I might not be for any illegal immigration from any race, okay? But I cannot knock down any, especially a man, okay? Besides a woman, but usually a man who want to come to this country, even though this country is stupid, it's America, I can say it's stupid sometimes, want to come to this country because they have the wealth in the world, want to take care of their family. That's a true man. No matter if he's from Africa, Latin America, Asia, or Europe. I cannot knock a man down. Okay, if it was, I don't have no kids, but if I have a wife and children, you doggone well I will cross. I'm not saying all Latinos. That's one thing. Not all Latinos come here illegally. Let's get that straight. But yes, I will cross if I had to do that. You want to be stereotypical, y'all. Those who want to be stereotypical and try to get in this country to take care of my kids. I'm sorry. I don't knock no man for doing that. Okay, I don't know about the woman, but a man. That's a true man. It's one thing that some of us need to start doing, taking care of our families. So you can't knock and call all type of WTBICs, I mean, WTBICKs and all that stuff. You can say all they want to, but at the end of the day, that's a true man trying to take care of his family. He not trying to a shotgun driver, none of the stuff. He trying to take care of his family. When the last time you tried to take care of yours? You got different baby mamas out there. You want to be stereotypical. I'm not saying everybody does that, but let's get that straight now. So I don't knock it. I don't like. So for example, I'm glad Obama. If Zimmerman attacked Obama so much, let's not. But the Obama also gave correct the immigration reform, so there were not many of the immigrants, not only from Mexico, even from George Zimmerman's country on his mama's side, come here. They can stay here. They've been here a long time, and they don't have to go back to their country. They can become citizenship, which is I thank God for that. Okay. And y'all can call me all type of coons, all type of sellouts, because last time I checked, they're not African, and our European immigrants were immigrants too. I know African slaves was not forced to be here, not choose to be here. But many when President Lincoln tried to get the slaves to go back to Africa, they choose not to go back. Okay. Me, I would get out of here. I go to Mexico, Liberia, and I wouldn't care. I just get out of here. I know Liberia was created after the situation, but I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean saying. I know I'm sounding patriotic right here, but sometimes I would love to burn America flag. Sometimes I know I'm sounding, but because of the hypocrisy in America. You know, first the country says you have a right to be the land of the free. When you practice your freedom, others get mad and they want to tear you apart to pieces and want you to conform to their way. Then and then you know what I'm saying? It's just a hypocrisy. It's hypocritical. Um, just like me, I'm a unique person. You don't only see someone like me, but there's people who come on here attack my freedom of speech, attack my multiracial identity, which is a true identity because I am a mixture of African, European, and American. Wouldn't be here, you know. So I cannot sit here and say this is America's land of free when I can't express who I really am, not be born as one drop mess, that social political mess that never gave me or grant me anything. Okay? And remember, one of the rules was make us slaves and also make us be part of racism, I mean, victims of racism of Jim Crow. So I would never glorify the one drop rules like I wouldn't glorify the N word. So that's the reason why I don't like this country sometimes. So not to change. So we're not talking about George Zimmerman here, but I'm just saying there's many times I wanted to just get the flag. I didn't want to go to jail. I've never done it. Just want to do it and just burn it because so many times that the country is just telling me I can do this and do that. Then when I do it, I'm damn to it. You know what I'm saying? And I have to confront someone else's stupid behavior or someone else's stupid way of they want me to live. I'm not a slave to nobody but myself, and try to be a slave to God. I mean, as much as I can. So that's the whole reason why that I sometimes find hypocrisy in America. As I say, when many chances when they was given the slaves was given to go back to Africa, they choose not to. And then when doing Jim Ryan made a video about the many people African descent going to Mexico, which I wish I crossed that border to go to WASN. But it was so much of drug cartels I didn't want to get involved in. By me being an immigrant over there to Mexico, I didn't want anything to happen to me. And so, but I wish I did, since there's a seeing people of who are of African descent going to Mexico and staying there because they got tired of all this bull crap here in the United States. I would too. I would not want to come back to the United States. I'm just telling you. You know, there's many times I wanted to go and get out of the United States. You know what I'm saying? I would love to go see what's outside the world and not want to come back to this old tragic, crazy place. It's very hypocrisy. It's it's a to the double standard, and then they want you to be something that you not or that you want, because they want to ridicule you because you don't believe in certain things. Well, last time we had freedom of religion and freedom of belief, you know what I'm saying? Freedom of choice in this country. That's what Martin Luther King fought for us to have. So that's why I don't, and one thing, Zimmerman kind of has blessings about the Obama situation, because Obama is the reason why, I know his mom is an American citizen, okay? And 910, I know his grandma he mentioned in this video. That's the one, okay, the grandma he's talking about, that's the mother's mother. Remember the picture of the black grandma, the grandfather? That's his daughter, and the baby was Zimmerman's mother. Okay, let's get that straight out. Okay, so on that picture, if I can find it. about Zimmerman's great grandfather being Afro Peruvian. But that's the whole reason why I see a lot of hypocrisy here. If you have the strength to fight against it, go right ahead. But as many times if I had a passport to go to another country, I will take it. Just telling you because it's a hypocrisy here. You know, and I'm not conforming to nobody's stupid belief system that I don't want to believe in. And that goes on with the one drop mess and the black nationalist stuff and the white nationalists too. I'm not for that mess. I'm in a multiracial movement and a multiracial multicultural movement. That's the belief system that I believe in. Now I'm not going to deny because one thing I get time because I'm 35 years old. I'm getting to be middle aged in a couple more years. But when I was 20 some year old, I was 19, 20. There was older people who did not believe they're trying to get me blended. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm 18. You know, I'm 19. I don't care about your old school. But then one thing, let's get this straight. I'm a liberal. I'm not an old school person. So you come with me. If y'all come with me with that mess, I will shut you down as much as I can, and I get the laws whatever I can. Because I'm sorry, I'm not conforming to your standards. So that's why I said I wish I can get out of this country because so much hypocrisy. When you turn 18, you do the blah blah, you do anything you want to, and then you turn around and see other people trying to attack you like a bunch of dogs. So I'm not for that mix. I'm not an old school person. Yeah, old school died out a long time ago, and I'm for the 200s, you know, just the 200, 2000, excuse me, and I'm for that. I'm glad we don't live in those 50s and 60s anymore. And I'm glad I was born in 79. Thank God I was born in the 90s because it was more liberation. It was more individualism, and that's what my individual brother. I'm not a collective person. Okay, so that's why I said that I would move out. But I didn't even change the subject. But going back to Zimmerman's situation, um, Zimmerman says that it was a God's plan. It was not God's plan to kill Trayvon. Brother, you actually went against your own faith on that. I'm not the perfect Catholic rule, but I'm saying, you know, I know my faith when it comes to the Catholics in the Bible on that. Okay, you know, doggone well, you went against God and your faith to kill somebody, and you did try to show how white you were. You know, and one thing, yeah, I will admit the media, and he's correct. The media did play him as his white, racist white man because like Zimmer. But I mean, the only thing I can see contradiction on his behavior on that, on his thinking on that, is because when you look at the picture, you don't see a white man. You see a brown man, as we call. You see a brown man. Well, you see. Sorry, I heard some noise outside. You see a brown man. You don't see a white man. You know, if it was Luis Miguel or Frankie Nunez or something, I can understand because they look like white people. So that's what I don't understand. But please, wish I comment on that. I mean, that's completely wrong, and I think that Zimmerman, um, I mean, he should, you know, give the sacrament reconciliation on that part because he know he wrong for saying that. As a mortal sin, his behavior should say that. So I just don't, you know, don't agree with that. And then, you know, and he was saying how they portray him on television as his white man because his dad last name. Well, I mean, you are part white, but you're not pure white. The media was dumb enough to sit there and think, and you know, and one thing I don't understand how. I mean, when Trayvon was about to before he got killed, why did he see? I mean, I understand that Zimmerman is fair, almost not fairly skinned, but just like a close olive skin. He probably thought with all that rain, those white men, but you know, but I mean, I know, I mean, I'm the one who can tell more brown, know who's the difference between a brown, Hispanic, and a white person. Okay, so the point is, Zimmer does not look white, and I mean because I mean I grew up. Let me tell you the reason why that I kind of disagree with the ideology of what he was saying. I also agree with a little bit because the media ran with the thinking he's a white man and all those stuff, but he was not a white man. He's Hispanic. I mean he's part white and part Hispanic, should I say? So point is, what I feel about this, what I feel about this is that Zimmerman. What I feel about this is that George, how the media portrayed him, he allowed it. I mean, why didn't you had many times to talk on television? Why you didn't say what you had to say? You know what I'm saying? And then two, um, I'm glad the Hispanic Congress caucus, Hispanic caucus, we even call it, when it went against you. They had a right to. They didn't want, you know, they didn't want to be alliance with people who being Portuals. I'm saying, and when I say Portuals, I don't mean a Hispanic person who don't know the Hispanic culture, who speak English. No, I am talking about the ones who try to be like white people in a racist sense. Okay, because here we go with history. All right, there was no Hispanic or Latino category back in Jim Crow, and you had some Hispanics, not all, who didn't want no alliance with, like Royce Perez said, did not want nothing to do with being with African American people. Um, for history lessons, there's one thing I get upset because, as a person with a multiracial movement and multiracial background, I was hoping in the year 2000 we had a multiracial category. But the LULAC and the NAACP, National Council of the Rising, AIM, which is the American Indian Movement, the Asian League, and the Urban League, many of them came together to go against this multiracial category, claiming it was going to stop their making numbers drop because many people in the minority communities have multiracial background, including myself. And of course, I was going to check multiracial on the census. Then I ended up checking 3 races on them because they check all they apply. The decision was made because many people was fighting because with many people are meeting multiracial roots. There's many interracial marriages going around, so of course there's more multiracial people being created. And there's been people now said the one child rule was founded to be unconstitutional in 1967. It's one thing people don't tell us about that. I'm glad we found when I glad I found it out when who is black by what's her name? So Elijah Bryan, who's also Hispanic as well and white. She's Afro part Hispanic and white. Um, she talked about this in Who's Black on CNN Black in America. Okay, and and it said about the one child rule is unconstitutional back in 1967 when they had interracial marriages to be legalized in the United States in the 11 versus Virginia case. And not I did not know that growing up. Listen, I grew up after 1967, so I'm like, why would nobody would not know about this? And I guess people did not want us to know about it because many things in the law we don't know about, so they kept it under. But anyway, but those civil rights groups or the minority communities went against my multiracial background, multiracial category. Um, and I was upset about that. But when I found out that in the 1930s and 20s, LULAC did not want nothing to do with the NAACP back today, when W.D. Du Bois and all that was in there, Walter White was in there. They wanted to do with African Americans. They wanted to be in the white category because there's many debates about how Hispanics, especially those who are Mexican, how white they were. Are they white or really, or because they're racially mixed? So going back with George Zimmerman, complaining about the Hispanic Congress, Congress caucus, whatever you call them, like the Black Caucus, with Congressional Caucus, what do you call it? Congressional Caucus, excuse me. We're not going with them. Of course, they're not going to take your side because they've been, be stereotyped. We already got the Hispanic and black gangs fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the West Coast. We'll have this young man who killed a brother for no reason at all because he was following, because it was George Zimmerman's fault because he was told not to follow Trayvon. Remember, he stalked this man. He stalked Trayvon. So that's the whole reason why they didn't want to do with you, George. Let's get that straight. I want you to understand that they wanted to do with you because you did something racist, and you don't want. Um, they made a race issue because I mean they was told not to harass Trayvon, and that's the whole reason why. But I tell people the real reason why the case George Zimmerman got, because George Zimmerman got off the hook because he had the Tea Party paying for his Tea Party paid for Trayvon, just Trayvon. Tea Party paid for Trayvon's defense team. Not only that, you had that girl she also part Hispanic Haitian. She Dominican and Haitian. Trayvon's friend. It wasn't. I don't think it was a girlfriend, boyfriend, but it probably was. She came on the case and she said cracker and nigger. And that too made Trayvon look bad. Everybody said, we're not going to offend a racist black person. That's the whole reason why. And I don't understand how that Afro-Hispanic woman who was on the defense team going to sit there and say that we couldn't find no evidence. No, they was bribed. I was bribed to say that Jamal Evans said that he was guilty, but we believe that he did kill him, but there's no evidence because it was self-defense. It was not self-defense because he was told by once he got to tell people, he was told by the 911 caller and authorities not to go bother Trayvon. That means Trayvon could be alive right now. And Trayvon was not up to no good. Trayvon was going to the store, coming from the store, buying some candy and tea. That's all that he was, Arizona tea. And maybe you want to drink some Arizona tea because I drink herbal tea. But anyway, and some 9 later, that's all he was trying to get. They had nothing to do with George. So George had no reason to harass him. Remember, he stalked him. And of course, once again, I said in my video, and I'm saying again, a teenage male is going to be shocked if some grown man is harassing them. Of course, we have all these child molesters and these grown men, some of these grown men and women too, trying to sleep with boys and girls, especially the teenagers after puberty, which is not considered pedophiles, called, I think, empathilia or something like that. Y'all have to correct this again for the E. I said that in one of my videos about R. Kelly. You know, because Aaliyah was not up, she was already up during puberty, after puberty age. But point is, that's what I'm talking about. And so, excuse me, all side here. Anyway, that's the whole reason why that Zimmerman. That's why the reason why Trayvon got upset. So it was not a plan of God's act. And let me let you know, Zimmerman, you're a liar. You're blasphemous. You're going against your own faith. Okay? I know I can't throw no stones on my part because I'm not the purple man. I got some border sins to go confess on myself. Okay? Especially during this living season. But you're wrong. And you know, and God knows you're wrong. Because that's one thing, the big picture is, it'll be different if you did not bother Trayvon and Trayvon just came and harassed you. Okay? Trayvon didn't see you, just came to your house and you was doing a phone call and just beat you up. But no, you confronted the guy. You followed, he stalked him and harassed him and confronted him. And that's the conversation came. And like I said, any teenage boy, teenage girl, anybody his age will know if adults stalking you like that, then something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do something to them. You know what I'm saying? Especially these sickos going on today. So that's the whole reason why Zimmerman, you're lying. Okay? Tú sabes, eres mentiroso. Tú sabes, eres mentiroso. Okay? Tú sabes. Ya tú sabes. Okay? And, okay? And no, es no meta, no, es no la meta de Dios. Tú sabes. Okay? It was not God's plan to kill Trayvon. It was your plan, your evil plan, the Diablo, from the devil. That was your plan, dude. Okay? So don't sit here and say and make a blasphemous claim that it was God's plan. You had to think yourself, if you did not have to harass Trayvon or stalk him, you would not have to have the confrontation and you would not be a murderer right now. You are a murderer. A murderer. And the reason why, besides the defense team being funded by the Tea Party, and also besides the fact that old girl, the part Dominican, part Haitian chick, the one that was on there, wasn't Gabrielle or something, I forgot her name, whatever her name was, she sit there and said that, what was her name? What was the girl name? I can't say she's a Haitian Dominican. She both. Well, she part Spanish, part, but wait. Point is, she not come on there and sit there saying nigger and cracker, and then you have your daddy being a judge. your white daddy being a judge, all the 3 count points, you would have been sent to jail. And you know you would. So that's all I got to say, man. You're a liar. You're a murderer. Okay? And you're a blasphemer. You blaspheme God like that. That's just completely wrong. Very wrong. That's all I got to say.